about somebody who was pretty confident that they would be able to lie their way out of a situation and not get caught. But unfortunately for them, whatever they had been able to lie about before, it's like now there's a new computer software or now there's cameras installed at work. They can't lie about this anymore. It could be, GPS tracking. But there's something here where it's like, nope, I'm comparing what you said to what we know to be the truth, and it turns out you lied. So let's go on spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members, and thank you to those that have checked out my candles on Etsy. That's also in the description box. Hello, Orion. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, Nat Nat. How we doing? Let's see. What should we start with? I think we're going to start with what's the news. Ooh. Okay, hold on. I have to problem solve. That was the glass container for my candle cracking. Like there's a crack on the outside. Wow. Okay. So that hasn't happened ever before. Hold on while I get a replacement candle and try not to like cut myself. Is that gonna be enough? So still a little too dark? I think we're okay, right? A little bit of drama for you guys. Hello, WJ. How we doing? Aw, thank you, Nat Nat. All right, what else do we have? Wow, this one again. Okay, we had this earlier. So we've got the Kinky Ways card. Someone who was exploring the physical intimacy options available to them. So must have been lying about who they were knocking boots with. Fed up, over it, not having it, and frustrated. So we have someone who was frustrated in a relationship or frustrated with regards to not having a relationship. So they go after someone they shouldn't have, someone who's in a relationship. Yeah, they did. How do I know that? Because it says third parties right here. Lesson learned. They're about to get a pretty difficult lesson here in terms of loyalty or honor. This is somebody who has at least made a pass at or hit on a friend's boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife. This is someone who should have had self-control in the moment, but it did not. I know, that's never happened before. It's weird. The good news is it cracked above where the wax line is, so it's not like spilling wax all over my table. I'm kind of scared to move it until it cools. Oh, I hope your day is going well, April. Hello, James. What's up? Dang. Okay. So we have an obsession from a frenemy or a fake friend. They decided they were very attracted to a person's partner, even though they were supposedly friends with or had some sense of obligation to that friend. So there's been some confusion or some, strange tension, and people have been trying to figure out what's going on. And it sounds like there's now proof or evidence of who's been doing what or who's been doing whom. Hello, Training Guru. How are you doing? harmony, balance, peace, happiness. So this is here because we have somebody who is confused because it seemed like it was a happy relationship, which kind of makes me feel like the third party connection actually happened. Let's see. We're gonna go with the graffiti tarot. Hey Carrie, how are you doing today? I'm glad to hear that, training guru. What else? King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups in the reverse, and the Two of Swords in the reverse. So someone decides, even though they're in a relationship or someone that they're interested in is in a relationship, they decide to do what they want anyways. Yeah, I know you're dating my friend, but like, come see about me. Super old-fashioned way to say it. You know, you want to hang out sometime? I think the intentions were probably pretty obvious. That sounds excellent, James. I hope you enjoy that. He loves you too, Beachy. Just make sure that we're being tolerant of other people's beliefs in the live chat, please. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. And Temperance. Honestly, this feels like a really happy, like well-matched couple. Maybe even some jealousy around them because they are so well-matched. But I think they've recently been married, or recently things have gotten more serious, like they've moved in with each other. But this is a serious relationship. It's not just like, you know, oh, we met like 2 months ago. This is something that from the outside appears to be a very stable relationship or a very happy relationship. Six of Swords in the reverse, Judgment, and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. But then we have someone who decides to hit on one of these individuals in the relationship, and the decision is made to not tell the partner about someone making a pass or making an advance on this person. Hey Thunder, what's up? I hope you're having a good one. Hello, Petal. How are you doing? Thank you. I just have to show you Petal since it's kind of unusual. I have a tarot deck. It's the Earth and Bone Tarot, or Earth and Bones Tarot, that swaps the pentacles for petals. I don't know if you can read it. It's backwards, but it says petals. It's just for you. Look, we've got someone who is being hit on, or someone who's sliding into the DMs inappropriately, and being in a relationship. I would think most people have a desire to be told about that kind of thing, especially if it's a friend of theirs, right? If my friend is hitting on my partner or my spouse, I would think that partner or spouse would let me know that friend broke that trust. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what happens. Instead, we have someone who's like, oh, what? What do you mean you think I'm hot? It's like hesitant, flirtatious energy being returned. You have the Tower, the Five of Cups, and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So there's a confession of, I've always found you attractive, or I feel like you should, you know, come hang out with me. This, I don't think it's very subtle. I'm making it more subtle for YouTube's benefit. Let's get a few from the situations deck. Hello, Patrick. How are you doing? Thank you, Training Guru. Hello, Joan. How's your day? Oh, that sounds good, Rachel. Yeah, it's later in the day than I normally do a reading. Hello, Ark. Hello, cool girl. What's going on? Drama Queen. Thirsty, causing chaos. Legal, court, paperwork filed. And poison, toxic, unhealthy behaviors, people. This is making me feel like we got either a lease that has been signed, so it's official in that regard, or the relationship is official in the sense that they got married. But someone's thirsty. They're entertaining this flirtatious message from their partner's friend. Well, fake friend, apparently. I'm glad to hear that. Hello, Ian. How are you doing? Pretending, fake, living beyond means, happiness, wholeness, overjoyed, smiling, threatened, embarrassed appearances. Again, this is a relationship where everyone feels like these two are perfect for each other. It seems like everything is happy from the outside, but there are definitely issues brewing that maybe not even both of the partners realize. But it is after things have just become more official, and we have someone who's entertaining a third party. They're pretending everything is fine. There could also be some financial issues here. But they're pretending everything is fine because they're quite used to pretending that everything is fine. The problem is there's something here that they feel is problematic. It's almost like this is someone who feels like their partner might be cheating, so they might as well do the same thing. Why does this person feel embarrassed? Hello, Achu. Thank you, Rachel. We've got recalling, reminiscing, memories, returning, and synchronicities. Signs 1111, 222, and 333. I think this is it's like someone who felt like there was a moment between their buddy's partner or spouse and like a flirtatious glare, or not glare, glance. That's the word I wanted. And it's like, you know, oh, we kissed that one time, or, oh, you know, we ran into each other, or we danced that one time. And it's like they want to come back to that energy, but pursue it more so. And the person in the relationship is like entertaining it, not declining. This is the Tarot of the Cat People. We have the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. This is the person that is in the relationship. They're in the relationship with the High Priestess. So we have someone who is a pretty stable partner from what everyone else can tell. It could be both of these people are stepping out. Hey, Nat, thank you. Anything you need to know in April? I've added that for you. Thank you. And that's how the cookie crumbles, right, James? All right, 4. I can't read it now, Nat, but we'll make it work. All right, so tell me more. Knight of Wands, clarifying the Knight of Wands. And the Queen of Swords. Yeah. So there's the Queen of Cups who's in the relationship with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is the secretive individual who is entertaining naughty messages or conversation with the Queen of Swords. Now, we have 2 queens and a High Priestess. It does not mean that these are all women that we are dealing with. That's just the energy that's coming through. We have somebody who's more loving, and we have somebody who's secretive, and we have somebody who might be a little bit more... I almost kind of want to say this is somebody who doesn't really operate with their emotions very much, very analytical or logical. 10 of Swords in the reverse and the Queen of Wands. How many people we got here? So the High Priestess is keeping secret that they have some, you know, potential meetup or, you know, is entertaining that offer for some nookie with this Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is being pursued by a Queen of Wands. This is getting real messy. It's a little... It's not a love triangle, it's a love rectangle. Temperance in the reverse. The Queen of Cups can tell that there's something wrong with the relationship. There's been changes in routine or in behavior. They feel distant from the High Priestess. But the High Priestess is blaming it on a failure or something not going well with family or work. Chariot in the reverse and the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. They're saying I've got issues, or I have to like work late, or I have to, you know, study up on this or learn this other thing. And that's why I don't have time for you. Hey, Steven. Hello, Pharaoh. Hello, Balin. How we doing? 2 of Pentacles. And the Tower. Yeah, so basically we have the High Priestess entertaining 2 people. And we have the person, the third party of the High Priestess entertaining 2 people. Okay. I feel like someone's going to get into an argument here. This is going to get a little bit uncomfortable. Hello, Danny. How are you doing? What else do we have? The Sun and the Page of Wands in the reverse. Well, do you guys like my weird facial expressions when I'm figuring out how to explain the cards to you? I'm just, yeah, I feel like this is somebody who sends like the message they meant to send to the Queen of Swords, they send it to the Queen of Cups instead, or vice versa. When you're dealing with too many people, sometimes you mix up their names, or, you know, you mix up what you told them you were going to do. I feel, or even like during naked time, There is a mix-up here, and this Queen of Cups is like, I'm sorry, what? What just happened? Where did you... What? What did you call me? Nine of Swords in reverse. But the High Priestess plays it off. Cool as a cucumber. Oh, you must have misheard me. Oh, that was just because someone had to borrow my phone. They're trying to avoid the potential breakup as a result of this conversation or flirtation becoming a little bit more obvious. The thing is, I feel like now that there is some sort of suspicious energy or tension, now the Queen of Cups is like, okay, well, I'm going to have to figure this out. I know what you want me to think, but I'm going to have to like actually do a little bit of my own digging. Eight of Pentacles and the Moon in the reverse. So for some of you, this is a very crowded reading. For some of you, we have the flirtatious High Priestess being put in an awkward position with their relationship because the Queen of Wands views them as a romantic rival. So they're like, gosh, it would be a shame if somehow your partner found out that you're flirting with the same person that I am. Wouldn't it be a shame? And for others of you, we have a close friend of the Queen of Cups, the one in the relationship with the High Priestess. A close friend of the Queen of Cups is like, okay, you think your person is cheating? I know how to figure this out. Give me some information and I will investigate. Don't look at me and tell me that you don't have any friends that would do that for you. If you don't now, you might later. But we've got somebody here who's like making things more complicated for the High Priestess, who thought that it would be pretty easy for them to flirt and get away with it, or even more and get away with it. Three Cups in the reverse, Empress in the reverse, and the Ace of Swords. See, the thing is, I feel like the High Priestess tells somebody that they are talking to the Queen of Swords. They admit it, or they're talking about it and someone overhears it. Sometimes people are messy. Sometimes people don't know how to, like, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's better when they don't know how to do these things smoothly. Then they get caught, right? Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords in the reverse, and the Two of Swords. Yeah, this has got so much drama because there's multiple people involved. But what it really hinges on is, I feel like this Queen of Wands person, who seems like such a like sideline character, because we already have the other three in the love triangle, right? But I feel like this Queen of Wands likes to stir the pot, likes to cause some problems. And so this Queen of Wands is like, okay, so if you are flirting with me or interested in me and that other person over there, why don't I just, like, you know, smoke bomb? Haha. Now what are you going to do? This is somebody who feels possessive over the Queen of Swords, not wanting the Queen of Swords to be pursuing anything with the High Priestess. How does the Queen of Wands know? That's what I want to figure out. Like, are they just going off of a guess? Or do they, like, really know? We're going to get a few from the romantic Lenormand. Hey, Matt, how are you doing? Hello, Christina. What's going on? Hello, I see. What's up? I hope your day's going well. Hello, Vic. Nope, What else? Mice, number 23. Loss. Grief. Child, 13. So for some of you, there is a sense of grief over the like freedom or I don't know, like sowing your wild oats kind of energy that someone felt like they had prior to getting into this relationship. For others of you, there could have been, you know, an emergency or a really sad situation that happened within a family. There is also the possibility this child card is talking about just straight up immaturity, selfish energy, particularly with the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess. Not really sure I should be excusing the Queen of Swords very much either, but we do have a lot of heartbreak being, it's like it's being brewed in a very large batch by this group of four. We have the Fox. This would be the Queen of Wands. Doing some reconnaissance, looking things up on social media, like what can I do to cause some problems for you? Maybe I'll just message your partner directly and let them know that, you know, you're out here being unfaithful. Yeah, I feel like this is somebody who is willing to start drama in someone else's relationship if it means that they don't have to worry about a romantic rival for this Queen of Swords. They don't mind. I'll cause some problems. What are you gonna do? You gonna cry about it? You gonna start a fight? So they're playing dirty for this Queen of Swords. What do we want? I think we actually need the Love Tarot. Hello, Margarita. How are you doing? What else? My fantasy. I should have known. You're my fantasy. I have pictures and videos saved of you and use them for inspiration. I want you. Ooh. I do feel like this is what the High Priestess is largely discussing. Attention of others. I'm addicted to the attention of others. I love feeling wanted and needed. I don't feel whole without it. Seems to be a bit of a theme for today's readings. And I'm sorry. I hate how much I've hurt you. I'm so sorry for all the pain I've caused. You didn't deserve any of it. So the High Priestess is going to be apologizing to the Queen of Cups because the Queen of Cups finds out. And when the relationship starts to have issues, the High Priestess is trying to resolve them or apologize. But the Queen of Swords is saying, okay, well, if you're not in a relationship anymore, then why don't we just be together? Why don't we run away together? This is so complicated. Because the High Priestess ends up being single. The Queen of Cups is like, okay, well, it looks like you're busy with other people, so I guess we're done. And the High Priestess is trying to salvage that relationship, even though they were willingly participating in this flirtation with the Queen of Swords. They end up single. And now what the Queen of Wands was trying to get backfires. They started the problems in the relationship as a distraction. But now the High Priestess is single. So it makes the Queen of Swords feel like they need to chase this person even more. Are you following? Because this is complicated and I feel bad. I feel like I need to draw a chart. Are you ready? Should I do a chart? I'm going to do a chart. Okay, we got the High Priestess. I'm drawing a heart so you know who's in the relationship. With the Queen of Hearts. but the Queen of Swords. I'm drawing a sword for you guys. Is flirting. I should have written thirsty and like a little like soda cup with the Queen of Swords. Oh no, how do I draw a wand? It's gonna be so boring. Drama Queen. Look, you guys, I did it. Okay, you ready? So we have the High Priestess up here in a relationship with the Queen of Cups. But the Queen of Swords, who's friends with the Queen of Cups, I forgot to add that complication, is going after the High Priestess. And the Queen of Swords is also being pursued by the Queen of Wands. Do you like it? I just felt like it was too complicated, you guys. Hello, Susan. How are you doing? I would have to agree. Ignoring drama monsters is a pretty strong approach. Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better, Joshua Tree. All right. I think we need to start on personal questions. Yes? Let's see. What are we going to use? We'll go with the Bianco Nero. And we're going to figure out what Nat Nat needs to know for April. I hope that helped. I won't lie. I'm kind of tempted to go back and do more of this because there was so many facets to this reading. I have questions, you know. Hello, Benjamin. How are you doing? All right, what does Nat Nat need to know for April? Page of Wands in the reverse. 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Cups in the reverse. 4 of Pentacles. This is saying be cautious with your finances in April. There's going to be something that is delayed or canceled. It's like an administrative issue or error. But with the 5 of Cups in the reverse, I don't know that it's going to be like a long-term issue. It kind of feels like this is just like a, this too shall pass. You just have to, like, you know, cut back on the avocado toast. Or the pedicures, whatever it is. This is like, just be a little bit light on the expenses if you can. Or set aside a little bit extra if you're able to. And then there's some new energy that comes in at the end of the month and changes things. So it's like you just gotta like make things work for a couple weeks, a little bit less than you normally do, and then something changes for the better. So it feels to me like the first half of April is not nearly as fun as like the last week of April. You really want me to, Matt? What do you mean that's not a sword? I will fight you with my fake sword. Okay, I've got to prove him wrong. Hold on, you guys. Right there? You saying that's not a sword? Look at that. I know it's basic, but so am I. How dare you insult my sword? I have excellent drawing skills. You should see my, like, stick people. All right. Now you've got, I think, what you need to figure out how to handle those first couple of weeks. Just remember that at the end, it gets better, okay? All right. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to go back to this reading and figure out what these weirdos are going to do. I know. I probably shouldn't call them weirdos, but I'm going to. All right, this is the hidden truth. Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. And if there are other personal questions, I will do it, but don't tell me you're not curious. You want to know what these people are going to do, right? You broke my heart. I can't be with you. This is the Queen of Cups. I do love you. I wish we could go back. Well, that makes sense. You know, things were better before I realized that you were willing to go for a friend of mine hitting on you. And since we can't do the whole like time machine thing, since I know this about you, the fact that I do love you doesn't seem to really be too much of an influence, because the reality is you decided to break my heart. All right, and what about the other one? The other one. There's 4 of them, Carmen. Which one are you talking about? What about the High Priestess? Thank you, Christina. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Matt. That's a long drive, dang. All right, our High Priestess is saying, I love you unconditionally. It just happened to go right underneath the I do love you card. So they're trying to convince this Queen of Cups, I do love you. I was just trying to be naked with someone else. It's not a big deal. Just chill. I also want to be naked with you. Like, I don't know if they're approaching this the best way. It feels like I love you and then like an attempt at the physical intimacy. I hope that you can forgive me one day. I look for you everywhere. So they try to resolve things, I think, kind of immaturely, and the Queen of Cups is like, get away. No, thanks, but no. And now the High Priestess is feeling that heartbreak themselves because they really do miss this Queen of Cups. And what about our Queen of Swords? The third party who also had somebody else interested in them. Do I need to go back to the chart? Hello, Betty. How are you doing? That username is so perfect for this reading. Okay. I love you so much, even though I never expressed it. So the Queen of Swords feels like they fell in love with the High Priestess, the person who was in a relationship. I feel stuck with the wrong person and situation, but they're hanging out with the Queen of Wands because the High Priestess isn't interested in either of them now. They feel like there is a missed opportunity, that they should have ended up with the High Priestess, but I feel like the High Priestess is just trying to chase the Queen of Cups now. Dark attachments, negative energy, spiritual blockages. So things are not going very well for this High Priestess because they, you know, messed up a good thing. Didn't really want to take accountability for their actions. Caused a lot of drama. And now we also have a hidden pregnancy. This card is like following our collective around. Something in the water. Oh, Lord. And now we have the Twin Flame card. Hey, Caitlin, how are you doing? My. I feel that the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups are probably twin flame or have had a lot of back and forth. The High Priestess has proven themselves to be untrustworthy, and as a result, now they feel like they are unworthy of the love that the Queen of Cups had given them, and yet unable to walk away from it. It's like, I know you have a right to reject me, or I know why you're upset with me, but I still want to be with you. And this Queen of Swords is over here like, hey, I thought you were interested in me. It could be that the Queen of Swords is the one who's pregnant. It could be that the Queen of Wands is pregnant. It could be that the High Priestess is pregnant. But it is definitely looking like we have some, like, who's on first base situation. Justice. Trying to figure out how to handle a situation. and wanting forgiveness but not feeling like they deserve it. So this Queen of Swords could be feeling a little bit guilty, but mostly what I feel is frustration because they thought this High Priestess was going to end up being theirs, and that did not end up happening. It does seem like the Queen of Swords then ended up choosing to be with the Queen of Wands. All right, tell me what else we need to know. I would not be surprised to see the Garden card, which is number 20, because we got like a little circle. Swapsies. We have the Ship, which is number 3. I feel like this is about the Queen of Cups deciding to leave because they didn't feel like they should be made an option when they were already in a relationship. So kind of feels like Queen of Cups was like, why don't you go choose that Queen of Swords? They like you. Magnifying glass, number 44. The mice, again, we had that at the beginning. And the Rider, R-I-D-E-R. I think the Queen of Swords is showing up and telling the High Priestess that they're expecting. It could also be someone else in this reading because not all of them are women, but probably one of them is. We've got someone here who is not certain things are going to go well. They feel like they've been rejected, but they want to get a serious relationship out of somebody who's not interested in them. We have a bunch of ego deaths going on right now because we had some inability to consider other people's feelings demonstrated by multiple people in this reading. So a lot of, feeling entitled or even being a little bit selfish and then not getting even the awesome things they had to begin with, right? Losing out on some serious opportunities. I identify as cheese. I stand alone. Ah, you're adorable. That's funny. Why you gotta make me hungry for cheese? That's not very nice. Ooh, I have mac and cheese. That could be pretty delicious, right? All right. I'll pull a few from the Black Tarot and then we'll call it. What else? 8 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 4 of Swords in the reverse. So we have multiple people with broken hearts because everybody was like head on a swivel. 6 of Spears. They're getting their karma. Strength in the reverse for giving in to temptation or not being able to communicate what they needed or how things needed to change or what they were unhappy about. Instead, it's like they built this wall around them and then it crashed in on them. So with the World, we have multiple endings happening. I don't think anybody really ends up being in a relationship. Maybe the Queen of Cups does with somebody else. High Priestess in the reverse and the 7 of Spears. So trying to keep things together doesn't work out for the High Priestess. The Queen of Cups doesn't take them seriously, and now they're feeling like they ruined everything just because they felt like they wanted a little bit of attention. It's not worth it. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to.